Hello, my name is Kelly Page and this is video submission number 2, physical exam / full TPR. Now I do apologise, this video will be voiced over just because I had a few issues in editing and my audio wasn't working. But here you can see me checking the settlements and making sure that we have the correct patient. So on our cage card this says that this is Billy, a white Maltese who is male, D-sex. Now checking Billy's behaviour here, we can see that he is a little bit nervous, as I'm not quite sure if you can see in the video. His leg is shaking a little bit at the back there. Otherwise he is crying a little bit and showing that he is interested in what's going on. His ears aren't pushed back at all either, and he hasn't got quite wallowing eyes at all to show that he's possibly fearful. Now, as I have begun my TPR, we first begin by taking a respiratory rate while the Billy is in the cage, which I had done in a previous video. I am then double checking this now that I have Billy out. I like to normally start with our least invasive things first and leaving stuff like temperature to last, as they can be quite overwhelming, and if we're doing that first we don't want the animal to react. So making sure that when we are doing our respiratory rate that we're watching the clock and we are counting for 15 seconds and then timing that one by 4. We're then writing our results down on a piece of paper. Now normally what I would go to next after our respiratory rate is I then head to our heart rate. So we are using our stethoscope to check the heart rate. So we're placing that one on the chest where the elbow meets the wall of the chest on the left hand side. Also doing this for 15 seconds and timing by 4. We're also listening out for any arrhythmias or any heart murmurs. We're also listening out for any lung sounds as well. We also then want to cross check this with a pulse on the animal as well. So here you can see me doing that. So 2 places where you can find their pulse is in their upper thigh where their leg meets the rest of their body, as well as the pads of their paws as well. Next we are moving into checking our mucous membranes and checking our capillary refill time. Our capillary refill time should be less than 2 seconds, and our gums should be nice and pink and nice and moist and not tacky at all. So once we have checked our mucous membranes and our capillary refill time, we're checking our hydration status by making a little tent with the skin. Now that one should bounce back relatively quickly. If there is any delay in the skin bouncing back, and this then indicates that the animal is dehydrated. We are next then checking our lymph nodes in the dog. So first we are checking near the head of the dog, which is the submandibular lymph nodes, which are found in the neck area. We're not wanting that to feel them be present at all. And then we are checking the popliteal lymph nodes towards the back, which are found towards the back of the legs on the dog. Now, once we're finished up with the hydration status, we will then move on to temperature, making sure that we have a probe cover on. We're also using lubricant, so we are not making the patient uncomfortable at all. So we're placing this one in at a slight angle just so we can ensure that it is touching the walls rather than sitting and getting a temperature of any feces that might be sat in there. Now we hold this one in there until the thermometer has beeped and then remove that one and check the temperature. We're then writing this down on our records as well. Now normal temperature for a dog should sit around 37.9 to about 39.2. Our heart rate should sit from about 70 to 120, and our respiratory rate should sit around 18 to 35. Now mucus